Big difference tomorrow. You're not going to suddenly change. It will take time. And one of the biggest challenge will be this not football goal now. And football match team, football foreign music foreign okay. He kicked the ball. And this guy had so much experience from wherever the ball came. He picked that baller. He held the ball and put it inside the goal post. And the team lost because that's how habits are. That is how habits are systems. I'll tell you, the greatest resistance to change comes from our habits. So when you try to change now, you will fail. Don't give up. We will keep failing. Don't give up. There was a man in Britain. He was studying at the Harrow School. Practically most prime ministers of England came from there. He had difficulty speaking English. British boy, difficulty understanding English grammar, pronounce, never gave up. He was called to speak at Oxford University, where all those guys who were doing majors in the English language were sitting. As this man walked into the auditorium, everyone stood up and started applauding seeing this guy. He came up to the podium, waited for the applause to die down, and then spoke 3 words and repeated those 3 words 3 times. That was a speech. Picked up his cane, walked out of the auditorium, and the audience was applauding 100 times louder. This man was the former Prime Minister of England, Sir Winston Churchill. And Winston Churchill. You want to hear what a speech was? 3 words repeated 3 times, never give up. Second time he rumbled into the PA system, never gave up. And a third time again he rumbled, never gave up. And he had never given up despite all of his challenges. And therefore he had gone to where he was. Habits will drag you down. Remember one mantra, never give up. Yes, small things make a big difference, but the habits will not allow you to do those small things right. Don't give up. There was a guy who broke his jaw 1,000 times. Foreign with my pain and my temples. They want to pull out my entire jaw. Can you imagine that surgery? Can you imagine? This guy broke his jaw 1,000 times and wanted to be a Hollywood star. They rejected him hundreds of times. He never gave up. This is the popular Sylvester Stallone. Never gave up, you know. And then there was a guy, another guy, who was so tall he wanted to be a Bollywood actor. And all directors were telling him hundreds of times, rejected. I don't think I need to even tell you who this man was. The big B, you know, hundreds of times. A guy who had a Russian accent and couldn't speak well, wanted to be in Hollywood, rejected hundreds of times. Skinny fellow went on to become the popular Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, a guy who was a bus conductor in Bangalore who didn't know how to speak, who didn't know any dialogue. He only knew how to defy the laws of gravity, you know. He went on to become the popular highest paid Bollywood star, you know, Rajinikanth. And you can imagine when Rajinikanth starts the college, his college is called Rajinikanth College of Arts, Science and Commerce. Medicine for engineering used to study, you know, when different people study. When Shakespeare used to study under a street light. Galileo used to study under candlelight. Newton used to study under, you know, a small bulb light. But our Sir Rajinikanth used to study under the light of the agarbatti, which his mother would offer in the evening to the deity. No matter how much we joke, this man is a great man, great achiever. His Kabali god last year should have been at silent to see the kind of stir it created. Japanese most popular in Japan. With subtitles, Sir Rajinikanth. And there was a guy who had epileptic seizures, convergence 5 to 8 times a day. He realized his seizures were because of lack of focus. He realized, if I have to remain focused, if I am focused, then I don't get the seizures. And how do I remain focused? I have to start trying a brand new sport. This guy, he got into cricket, ladies and gentlemen. He is the popular South African cricket player, John T. Rhodes. You know, John T. Rhodes never gave up. There's a lady, you know, a lady who in 1999 got spinal cancer. Her husband was fighting the Kargil War. They did 3 surgeries. In our finds, pine or pine eggs or tarazi, 183 stitches in her back. And during the surgery she became paralyzed from her waist down, paraplegic. She decided foreign. He started trying swimming, javelin throwing, shot put driving as a paraplegic. When you're paralyzed waist below. She won 53 national gold medals and 13 international medals in these sports. She got the 2012 Arjun Award from the hands of our President Pranab Mukherjee. She also won a medal in the Rio Olympics. Ladies and gentlemen, Deepa Malik. How can we give up? How many times they decided to change, and they were being pulled down. Greatness doesn't mean you don't fail. Greatness means despite failure, you never gave up. That is greatness, you know. And there is one gentleman, a sannyasi from Vrindavan near Delhi. His guru told him start a worldwide spiritual revolution by educating people in spirituality. He didn't even have $1 less than 40 rupees in his hands, and he took a journey on his cargo ship called Jalajuta. On board the ship, he got 2 massive heart attacks. He could have easily turned back. He didn't turn back. I have always inspired by Swamiji Srila Prabhupada, who started ISKCON, where I joined and gave my life. English may suffer or Hindi may be suffer. English, do you want to suffer or you want to make your fail? Yours a suffer, a journey is your choice for, and you have to decide. And therefore I say, when you never give up, you go up. My second mantra, yes, those small things will make a difference, but those small things will only make a difference when you never give up. And it won't change in a day. Your habits will drag you down. Don't give up, keep going. And my last, but not the least, month rival with me. And I have another 5, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. We will conclude with this last mantra for today. And stop here at how we can start living a great life. Oh, you know, people drive such fancy cars. Hey, foreign laughter, foreign music laughter. Why am I saying this? There are 4 wheels of a car. First is your personal life, your hobbies, your likes, your life. Second is your family life. Some of you are married, for you, your spouse, your children. Some of you are still students, your parents, your siblings. The third is your professional life, which is when eventually you will start working. And for some of your students, your academic life at the moment. And fourth is your social life, which is all of your friends, etc. Again, when life is in balance, then the car moves smoothly ahead. And then the fifth, the steering wheel of the car, is our spiritual life, which helps us cope with all the challenges that come in our lives. I want to conclude with this one little thing. How many of you have problems in life? All of us. How many of you have personal problems? You're depressed, lonely, misunderstood. Oh, okay, thank you. How many of you have family problems in your family? How many of you feel you have some financial crisis? Financial issues are there to bother you in your house. There is so much going on. How many of you have failed in exam cases? Music foreign. I'll tell you something, to be very honest. Not all problems have a solution. Sometimes a family member is struggling with the disease which you can do nothing about. Not all problems have a solution. Therefore, my last mantra is this: in the name of earning money, in the name of becoming great and big, don't neglect your support systems. Spirituality is your support system. Your family is your support system. Your friends are your support system. And there's 3 kinds of support. First is called emotional support. Emotional support problems click in marriages, you know, because if you can't solve all problems, I'm an engineer. Engineers have solutions for problems that don't exist. One engineering student used to sleep in a mosquito. Name is foreign music foreign. I'll tell you, it's not that we have solutions to all problems. Therefore, I say, don't look for someone who will solve all your problems. Look for someone who won't let you face them alone. You don't have solutions for all problems. You need support to become great. Emotional support. The next one I say is functional support. Emotional supporters. Functional support is people who are actually there to help you solve as much as you can. Subscribe music. Emotional support, functional support. And the last one, which I always say, is directional support. There is emotional support, functional support, and directional support. We know what directional support is. Directions, yeah, foreign applause, music applause. You will definitely win the game of life if you have that report. Therefore, my 3 mantras for this morning are these. Firstly, not the mantra, even firstly between B and D, is a say, learn to choose. And what choice will you make? These 3 choices. Number 1, you will start paying attention to the smallest things in your life. Because small things make a big difference. They give you an attitude. It's not the color of the balloon that takes it up, it's what's inside that takes it up. Mahan case. Secondly, when you decide to change and pay attention to the small things, your habits will pull you down. You'll pick it up and throw it in. You will do the same damn thing again. If you decide to change, the second sutra, never gave up. Because when you never give up, then you go up.